In this video, we're going to leverage Command to set our 2022 goals and start using our database at a smarter level so that we can actually track what we're doing and the right activities every day. Now, on the home screen of Command, you're going to have a goals widget. Now, that's going to be for 2021. To access the portal for 2022, you can either click the word goals, which will take you into reports, or come to reports and click goals there. Now, it's going to default to 2021, so in order to access the 2022 goals, we're going to want to click here and choose 2022. Now, it's got a counter, meaning we have 1 month, 26 days, and 17 hours until the new goals will start taking effect and show up on the home screen of Command. So we're going to want to go to Goal Settings. Now, this is a little guide, Kelly guide here to set your goals. So we're going to go ahead and click Get Started. Now, the first thing is your default would have been for $1 million because we want to show the Millionaire Agent book and how it's possible. So that would have been $1 million, and it would have been the expenses and cost of sale of $750,000. So that's if you wanted to net $1 million, what you would have to do. Now, I went ahead and changed my goal, let's say, for $100,000, and the expenses and cost of sale might be $75,000 and $75,000. Now, we know in the $100,000 range, I'm probably not spending as much on my expenses or cost of sale. So if you have an idea of what it's going to cost to do business next year, use the little I icon to give you a description of what each one is. So expenses that are made whether or not a transaction takes place. So that could be salaries, lead generation, marketing expense, education, occupancy, things like that. So maybe instead I think it's, you know what, maybe it's $40,000. Cost of sale is going to be any expenses that only take place when you do a transaction, like transaction coordinators, the cap to the market center, things like that that are tied to the sale itself. Then I would put that in here, so maybe that's also $40,000. Whatever you want that number to be, I know now I need to generate $180,000 of total gross commission income in order for me to net $100,000. That's what we're targeting for when we say profit. So from here, I'm going to take this number and say, okay, how much of my business is going to be between listings and buyers? So if you are more focused on buyers, you might say 80% and put 20% here. The number has to equal 100%. However, I like a balanced business 50-50. Now, if you deal with leases as part of your business, you could put a percentage there. So I could have said 40, 40, 20. And that would have balanced it all out. And then I'm going to put a number of what's my average commission. Maybe I get a $800 on every single lease, right? It's going to tie all those numbers in to figure out, okay, how much business do I need to do to get there? So that's just an example. I'm going to go ahead and say 0 on the leases, and we're going to keep buyers at 50% and 50%. Perfect. And if you have any questions around this, talk to your coach or your market center leadership so they can guide you on a balanced business or what your focus is going to be for next year. So then we're going to go to the next screen, and this talks about conversion rates. Now, this throws a lot of people off because you may or may not know your conversion rate. If you are a newer agent, then you would just either set with the defaults or be more, focused on your conversion rates are going to be lower to start. So they're saying on average, we think 5% of the people that you add to your database are eventually going to become a contact. And out of those contacts you have, 5% are eventually going to become an appointment. And out of the appointments that you set, 75% of them are going to keep the appointment. And out of the 75 appointments that were kept, or 75%, 75% of those might sign an agreement with you to work with you. And out of those 75% who sign an agreement, 75% would actually go under contract or pending. And out of those deals, 75% are going to actually close. Now, different people have different ranges. So what it could be in that scenario is if I'm a newer agent, I might say, you know what, I'm not good at my appointments yet. So we're going to say 25%. And out of those appointments I get, you know what, maybe 50% decide to go with me. And once I'm under contract or pending, maybe only 50% do that as well. So I'll put my 50% here. Right? And then once I'm under contract, well, maybe half my deals might go through because something might happen. That's just an example. It's your ability to put in what you want. Even your top agents aren't putting 100%. They might put 90%, right? And 90%, 90%, 90%. You want a little bit of a margin of error so that it adds an extra deal to your pipeline versus trying to say, hey, I'm 100% on every single deal. And then if one deal doesn't fall through, it's earth-shattering. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it with the default and hit save and continue. And now here we go. I've got an idea of what I'm targeting for. And it did ask average commission. I didn't mention that on the previous screen. So average commission, figure out yours. It defaults to, I think, based on a $250,000 home value and 3% commission. In my area, my average sales price is $350,000. If you know your own personal average sales price, maybe it's $500,000, maybe it's $600,000. Do the commission there and put that number in because it will help with your goals. Awesome, I've got everything in. Save and continue. We're going to go to the what's next screen, and then I'm going to go to the home screen here, or actually we're going to go to reports to view my goals. So now under reports and goals, I'm going to switch this over to 2022, and now it's going to tell me, well, how many leads do I need for the year? So I'm going to probably need 21,000 leads if 5% turn into a contact. Then I'm going to need 1,000 contacts at 5% that are going to lead to eventually getting an appointment with them. I'm going to need 54 appointments for the whole year. And out of those 54 appointments, I need 40 to meet with me. And out of those 40 people who meet with me, I need 30 to sign an agreement. And out of those 30 who sign an agreement, I'm going to need 22 to go under contract. And out of those 22 under contract, I will need 18 closed units next year with my expenses to get me to profit $100,000. And as you're doing your activities and using your tags and your lead sources and different things along the journey, this little activity wheel is going to change. You're going to see your conversion rates, maybe they get better along the journey, right? Which they will, as you get better. And this is telling me exactly that same funnel of where I'm going. And this is where I'm seeing my goals and how much I want to make. And I need to generate $180,000 of gross commission income in order to make $100,000 of profit in my checking account. So that's how you can leverage the goal setting widget. And as you're doing this next year, which starts January 1st, and you start tracking new leads in the system, and then you are marking them as contacts, and then you set an appointment with them, and you move them along the pipeline of an opportunity, these numbers are going to start updating it with your focus of 18 closed sales a year, which really translates to me to a minimum of 1 a month, and then I'm going to need a couple months of 2 sales. And what would it look like if I just focused on the activity of 2 sales a month? I would surpass my goal. Hopefully you found value in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like this video, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, follow me on KB Connect or YouTube today.